Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. In today's video, we're going to have a little fun playing around with some AI game coding potentials. This is a voxelized desert island that I've started out with, and I basically just asked in one single prompt to create an optimized, fast-loading environment, procedurally generated desert with cactus, rocks, and animals wandering around, beautiful sky dome, wind, lighting, and environmental effects. So I'm using Opus 4.6, and this is what we got to start. I actually think this looks kind of beautiful. So we've got like our ocean, and we've even got, what I was really impressed by here is that we've actually got the shallow line, right? Like, you know how if you look at an ocean, the shallow is usually a lighter color water than that deep ocean in the distance. And I was really impressed that Opus actually included that in the initial round. This is no optimization at all. This is the very first prompt. And by the way, I will be including this complete project in the link to this in the description of this video. But we're not gonna stop here. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna play God a little bit with AI coding and a voxelized Minecraft-like world. And keep in mind, this is voxelized. These are this is basically built in the same way that Minecraft is built, of little blocks. What are voxels? They're little blocks. They're like Legos. You can add them, you can subtract them, and they are what they look like. They're building blocks. This is really cool because this is like something that AI coding workflows give us direct access to. If you want to create a voxelized world, you can do that. If you wanted to do this in Unreal Engine or Unity, well, you could probably do it, but it's not necessarily natively supported by those engines. Those engines are designed to do a lot of things extremely well, but the beautiful thing about AI coding is that there are no guidelines. It is what you want. It is what you write code for. It is basically whatever you want to make. And that's the really cool thing that I really like about AI workflows. I am, of course, using the Wizard Genie editor here, which is kind of like Cursor, kind of like Visual Studio, but also wrapped in a game editor. So this is a project I've been working on. Again, links in the description to all the tools used in this video. But let's start things out. I'm going to switch over into voice edit mode. Okay, this environment looks really good. What I want to do is actually expand that ocean out so that the oceanscape goes on basically indefinitely, kind of an endless horizon. But actually, let's also increase the size of our world and create another island. This one will be like a jungle island. Take a look at our desert island and how it's put together, and let's create a jungle island version of our desert island. This is, of course, to be added to the scene. Doesn't replace the desert island. We keep the desert island, but we're going to add a jungle biome. We're actually going to add a few biomes. Why don't we do this? Add us a 4-island system. One is desert, one is jungle biome, one is like nature and forest and maybe mountains, and then the other will be like a wintry sort of snowy environment. Okay, well, we shall see what we get when we come back to this project. Okay, I haven't had a look yet. We're going to have a little explore together, but we've got our 4 different islands and our 4 different island biomes. Looks like a bit of an issue with the transparency. You know what? I'm gonna fix that transparency before we explore this too much. Oh, there we go. Now the voxels are connecting correctly. Let's have a little look around. There's our normal desert island, which we started with, and here is our jungle island. I love the palm trees. Those were made so well, and they even got whoops, forgive the camera movement. It's even got like bamboo stalks and flowers. Oh, that's so nice. And I think I saw, yep, there we go. It's a what is it? What are they called? Parrots. It's a parrot and a monkey. Apparently, I see a monkey there too, kind of. Let's have another look at the forest environment with our mountainous forest terrain, and we've got our, biome appropriate, whoops, bears and a bunny. That's fun. And here's our snowy environment, which has snow falling specifically over it, but there's no snow falling on the other environments. Just the snowy biome gets snow. That is I'm impressed by that this one region was able to get snow and penguins. Ah, and a polar bear. Now, I am seeing that the characters are not walking in the right direction, and a few things like that. Let's see what we can do. Okay, this looks really good. I have noticed, however, that the characters don't really always walk in the direction that they're facing. They seem to sort of walk sideways a lot of the time. I wonder if there's anything that we could do about that in regards to model directional movement and orientation. I've also noticed that there's a bit of an odd flickering on the shadows that are being cast. Like, for example, the cactus shadow has a bit of an odd flicker even on the cactus itself. I'm not sure why we're getting that odd flicker. I think it has to do with the way the lighting's moving through the environment. I like the lighting effect, but I wonder if we could fix that sort of weird flickering look. Okay, well, we'll start with that, and then we're going to get really creative. Yep, I think that the shadow issue is better. A little bit of shadow. It's not quite as flickery as before. It does actually seem to be corresponding to the sun direction as well, and the animals are now moving in their forward-facing direction. That's way better. They're still kind of clipping through the geometry a little bit. Maybe not too bad. Maybe though. Maybe we could fix that. And what else am I seeing? I'm also seeing the ocean kind of clip through parts of the island. I'm going to screenshot that and send that over. Okay, so I am noticing that in some locations the ocean is kind of clipping through the island. I wonder if we could not have it do that. And also I noticed that the animals are generally moving around on their height level when it comes to which voxels they're on, but they're also kind of clipping through voxels as well. I was wondering if we could kind of have a more step up, step down sort of system where creatures aren't able to pass through voxels. They would just have to kind of like find a way to step up the voxels. All right, we'll start with some of those basic character interactions, and then we're going to actually do something fun. I'm thinking we add islanders, island tribes that maybe get into some mischief. And there we have our island villagers of the Snow Tribe. Let's go check out how our island villagers of the Desert Tribe are doing. Now, these guys are meant to be gathering up resources, and then they're meant to do island invasions, but they're not quite doing that yet. Okay, we have added a sort of voxelized economy system where each voxel represents a certain type of resource. So the rocks represent, well, stone, and of course the trees represent wood. The characters are now, the voxelized tribes are now designed to seek out these resources and to harvest them. And as you can see, they're doing that. Not only do they harvest them, they start to build a little village out of these voxels. They can move any voxels around. Well, at least they're supposed to be able to. I haven't really tested them too much yet. But we're having a look here. Let's actually speed up the gameplay. Let's go 5 times faster, and let's see what these little guys are up to as they work around on their voxelized resources. And yep, there we go. We've got little huts being built. Kind of. Yep, I mean, that's a little hut, I think. Let's have a look and see how the jungle tribe is doing over here. Let's see, have they got little huts? I think that's a little jungle hut right there. Yep, those are little jungle huts. They, you know, need a little bit of architectural nuance, but yep, that's basically a little jungle hut. Okay, let's see how our desert tribe is doing over here. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can definitely make out the desert tribe structures just because the trees aren't quite as in the way. They don't kind of blend in as much. They kind of stand out. So there's our hard-working desert tribe, moving stone, moving wood, and working on their little village. Okay, let's go see how our snow tribe is doing. Yep, we got our little snow huts. And these guys are also meant to be able to clear out voxelized environment, like the land, be able to move the land and clear out spaces to build their... Okay, we are back a little while later, and we've added some additional logic to the islander behavior. Let's speed this up to 5x speed. The villagers are now capable of building much more elaborate villages. Not only that, they have a technological evolution. They start out with bows and arrows and eventually develop better technologies. They're designed also to raid nearby islands for resources, especially when they are starting to run out of resources. And their goal is to ever expand and improve their village with, of course, the available resources that they have. So here we have the desert tribe working away. It's moving rocks and building buildings, and at some point it should build a harbor area as well. The harbor area can be used to launch boats to the next islands to gather up more resources. Yeah, okay, let's go have a look at another island over here. Here's the jungle tribe. Looks like the jungle tribe is not doing quite as well as the desert tribe, but they are at work. I see a little bit of construction going on. Maybe they're being raided too frequently. And then we have the forest tribe over here. And okay, okay, here we go. They've got some walls up. That's good. It looks like they're carving out their mountain, and they've built a bit of a... Oh, I don't even know what that is, but it's starting to look pretty good. They've got a nice tower. This is kind of almost a medieval themed village. It's got some medieval vibes to it. We've got the castle towers there. And let's go check out the snow tribe. The snow tribe looks like they're actually doing very well. They've got a bit of a wall, I think, sort of starting to establish around their village. And their village is actually looking pretty good. It's coming together. Islanders are, I think, already raiding each other. Yeah, we've got the little boats going back and forth. Happens pretty fast. Let's see. So we've got the desert tribe out on a raid to the mountain tribe. This time, let's have a little watch and see how they do. Let's see, what's the logic? One of them's going up to maybe loot some resources, maybe, and they're being defended with okay, some projectiles. Let's see. Okay, that wasn't the smartest attack, but it was something like an attack. Okay, let's go see what's happening over here. And yeah, that desert village actually is coming along. Looks like the desert villagers have used quite a lot of their available resources, their rocks and their stones. And I sort of think that at the moment there might be a... Look at them go. That's so cool. That's so fun. They're actually building out with the available voxel resources, moving the actual voxel blocks to construct their village. And I think the only problem is what happens when they run out of resources. Well, they're meant to raid the other islands, but that seems to be going not that well. Okay, let's add a new logic to the game. Since the islanders seem to be running out of resources, let's create a gardener unit, and basically what they are meant to do is replant their trees or cactuses or whichever island they're from. They're meant to replant their harvestable resources. Obviously, the rocks can't be replanted, but the trees could be replanted and they'll grow over time. And the gardeners will basically keep the recycling of available resources per island. Well, you know what? This is fun and all, and it does seem like the gardeners are trying to replenish the supply on top of the roofs of the houses for some reason. I don't know. But you know what I think would actually be kind of fun? I think would kind of be fun if we give these guys unlimited resources and see what kind of establishments they can actually build. So this is actually looking, I mean, like a little village. They have all run out of resources, so they're only able to get so far. Nevertheless, I would like to see what would happen if they had unlimited access to unlimited resources. Okay, I think we're on to our final iteration. We've got the desert tribe building their boat harbor out, and a little bit of battle going on by the looks of it, happening really fast. We're at 25x speed, but the difference here is now the villagers all have a mine with unlimited resources. So I'm curious what will happen in regards to what sort of establishments is it possible for this AI-generated village with an AI-generated tribe. What are they going to be able to build given unlimited resources? We're at 25x speed, and that's the question. This has just been kind of a fun little project. Looks like the desert tribe is working on a wall. I have noticed that from certain angles there's a little bit of a glitch where the polygons disappear for a second, but they seem to come back when I rotate the camera around. All right, let's go have a look at the jungle tribe. See how they're doing. Looks pretty nice. Looks like they've taken down most of their trees at this point. And are they using the mine system for when they run out of resources? There's the mine. So they're meant to use that in case they run out of resources. And so far I don't see anybody going in there, but that's probably, hopefully, maybe because they are still just like using, oh, look at that. The forest tribe is establishing a wall around their island. Some of them are standing by the shore. They look confused. Oh, they're back to work. Okay. Not sure what logic was going on there and created that, but guess they're back to work and that's what matters. I like the looks of these towers. These look pretty good, except for the windows that keep blinking in and out. Alright, let's go check on the snow village. And it's, yeah, looking pretty good. Let's see, are they using the... They still haven't quite used up all their resources, I don't think. Yeah, they're still gathering resources from different parts of their island. This is a tree still here, so they're gathering up that tree. And let's see, they're still building. Yep. All right, let's go check on the desert tribe, see how they're doing. Let's see. There's the mine, and they're still gathering resources. Okay. So everything seems fine. We'll just give those guys a little time to build. Looks like they are still conducting raids on each other's islands, but I don't think the raiding system is really, functioning quite as intended per se. So, yeah, they go back and forth on their little boats. Sometimes they fight, I guess, but at 25x speed, we can't see much happening really. Okay, well, that's coming along. Let's see how we're doing over on the jungle tribe. Jungle tribe village looks pretty nice, actually. The big question is the mine system working? Oh yeah, hang on. Yeah. Okay, there we go. They are now using the mine, which should mean that they get unlimited resources. Let's see. Yep, looks like they're adding to their structure. Okay. Unlimited resources have kicked in, which basically means that this little experiment is a go, and we will see just how far these civilizations develop over time. 25x speed here, of course. And looks like the forest tribe has certainly mined the most materials. Let's go check on them and see how they're doing. Half of their island seems to have gone missing. Not sure what happened there, but did they do that? I don't know. Did they take apart half of their island, or did that just glitch out? That's a question I do not know the answer to. Looks like the forest tribe's dock appeared actually on the wrong side of the island. So I wonder if they're actually doing... Maybe that's where they were trying to do raids earlier and getting stuck because they don't have a dock. I'm not too sure. But let's see. They still have a lot of trees on their island, actually. So have they just not used up all their trees? Or, yeah, maybe they just had like a super abundance of resources. Or, I don't even know. Maybe they're using their mine more for some reason. Or, actually, you know what? Maybe they have just like a ton of rocks available. That could be. I don't know. Let's go check on the forest tribe here. See if they're using their mine yet. There's their mine. Is that their mine? No, that's a building I think they built. Where is their mine? Oh, I don't know. Are they confused? Are they glitching out? That is the question. They might be glitching out. I don't see much building happening right now. And I don't know where their mine is either. They do seem to be coming back and forth to this spot, so maybe their mine's under the ground and they can't get to it? I don't know. Let's go check on the desert tribe and see if they're still actually building anything. They're definitely using their mine. And, yeah, it looks like they're still building. They're definitely still building. Yeah. Okay. Over time, their population should be increasing as well. Alright, let's go back to the jungle tribe. They actually look like they're doing pretty well here. And is their mine system working? I think it is. Well, looks like it. Anyway, gentlemen and ladies, looks like that's about as far as they're going to get. Desert Tribe seems to have kind of like stopped buildings. We got a little logic and debugging and stuff to figure out. But generally, these cities are looking, you know, not too bad. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll look at, you know, what's kind of possible with AI development. AI game development. This is, of course, a really cool voxelized environment. This is something that actually you can't really do too effectively with, for example, Unreal Engine. The nice thing, and I've said it before, about AI-powered game dev is that it's really like up to you. You write all the code. Well, your coding assistant does, right? But you decide what kind of game you're going to create at a fundamental code level. You're not locked into a framework. You know, you're not locked into the workflows and the dynamics of something like Unreal Engine or Unity or whatever, right? They're all like helpful editors and they all are really powerful and they all do their own things really well. But with AI-powered code development, where you get right in at a code level, you get to decide every single part of your game, how it comes together. And I just think that is extremely cool and maybe not appreciated enough, as much as it perhaps should be amongst game development circles and communities. I know a lot of people are sour on AI-powered game development workflows, which I think is kind of a shame. It's kind of a shame, but you know what? There's also a lot of people who are, you know, really into it and see the potential of it. I mean, this is really cool. Like, this would have probably taken me many months to figure out how to code all this, right? Meanwhile, you know, with probably a combined total of 10 or 15 prompts, a little bit of debugging, we've actually got something that could perhaps be developed into a very interesting gameplay mechanic. This is as far as I'm going to go with this one for today, but I might continue working on this in the future. If anybody wants to continue on this little project, I will make the code available on my Patreon page. And otherwise, check out Sorceress Game Creation Suite, link in the description, and the Wizard Genie editor. That's what I'm using for creating this game. Also will be linked in the description. And I'll see everybody in the next video.